I think we'd all welcome to match that record or beat it here this month. Welcome back to Western New York Living. Now, I hope everyone's 2023 is off to a great start. And I know one way to keep it that way is to focus on your health in the new year. Now, if you're realizing that conversations or maybe this television program are not as clear as they used to be, it's time to prioritize your hearing. Dr. Jill Bernstein is just one of the many fabulous doctors that make up hearing evaluation services of Buffalo and joins me this morning. Good to see you. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Same to you.
Let's first talk about over-the-counter hearing aids, because people are seeing that now, maybe hearing ads for it on the radio. Why is this, and who are they for?
So it's a new category of hearing aid that's approved by the FDA. You've been able to buy things over the counter for a long time. It's just has a little bit more oversight involved in it. It's for people with more mild difficulties who want to kind of drive the process themselves. You really have to be able to research it, figure out what's best for you, usually download an app, do a hearing test through your phone, and then program the hearing devices through your phone. So if you want to do it yourself and you have mild difficulty, it might work.
How do these differ from a hearing device that they get after an evaluation at hearing evaluation services?
So as far as the technology inside, it's sort of a little bit below what our most basic option might be for someone. And then again, it's also a lot about the experience, right? It is very self-driven. Warranties and fittings, the physical fit might not be quite the same that you would get from an audiologist, where we do testing to make sure we customize the settings to your hearing loss. And we have a lot more control over what the hearing aid is doing. And the hearing aid itself is doing a lot more than what you would get over the counter.
I'll say it. You're not saying it. I want to make sure everybody knows I'm saying it. You get what you pay for.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm going to say.
Like everything else.
Like everything else. Let's talk about hearing loss. As some people might notice at the holidays, they didn't hear, Uncle Benny's joke or whatever over there. What are some factors that cause hearing loss over time, or perhaps even for younger folks?
Yeah, great question. So we know that hearing loss is really associated with people as they get older. By the time you're 70, 2 out of 3 people have hearing loss. But believe it or not, 60% of people with hearing loss are actually still in the workforce. So it affects people at younger ages than you would think. And there's a lot of medical conditions that are unfortunately very common that increase your risk further. So having heart disease gives you 50% more increased risk of hearing loss. You're 2 times more likely to have hearing loss if you're diabetic. If you're pre-diabetic, you have a 30% higher risk factor. So there's a lot of medical conditions because everything is so combined. That's why we really, really want people to be getting their hearing checked, because when it's not known that you have hearing loss and you're not addressing it, then it brings on other consequences too.
At what age should they get a hearing test? I'm guessing perhaps before they notice.
Yeah, baseline at 50. As long as you don't notice any problems, we recommend baseline at 50. That's kind of when all these other health conditions might be starting to brew under the surface. And so we want to also have a baseline even before you might notice something, so that if you have a sudden change in your hearing, we have some point that we can compare it to.
Yeah, much like an eye test.
Right, absolutely.
Which we go to all the time. So, and the technology's changed so much too. If you need a device, it's not the one grandpa had that looked like he's Al Franken from Saturday Night Live with the mobile unit on his head. It's completely different, right?
Totally different. I mean, we all live connected lives, so everything is connected to your phone. There's streaming. You can be way more connected with your phone calls and your music and your audiobooks and your podcasts than you have ever been.
All right, great stuff, great information. I feel like she was talking to me about that baseline test. Hearing evaluation services of Buffalo, I'm in that age category, that's why I say. Has 4 office locations across Western New York. You can find them in Amherst, Williamsville, Orchard Park, and Tonawanda. To find out more about all the hearing services they provide, head over to their website at hes@buffalo.org or give them a call at the number you see on the screen. They can help with any hearing-related issue you might have. Now, coming up next, the easy way to stick to your New Year's resolution of losing weight and eating right is a little help. We'll find out how the Ideal You Weight Loss Center can help and how they helped Renee get to her ideal weight and how they can help you too. Stay with us.
This segment of Western New York Living was sponsored by the following: